Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here. I'm back with another new home walkthrough, and this one is incredible. We're about to walk a custom home that's over 7,300 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 3 half bathrooms, a 4-car garage, and we're sitting on 2.5 acres. Now, if you like views, wait until you see all the different rooms within this home and even outside of this home that have amazing views. And I don't want you to wait. I'm gonna go right out to the main living area where you'll get the first taste of the views that are possible here in this home, right here in the living room. Now you'll see those same views later on in the video in the primary bedroom. There's a workout area in the back of the home. You'll see it in the pool in the backyard. And there's even a second floor balcony that is incredible. So stick with me. We'll go through each of these areas in detail. And I'm gonna start off in the kitchen. Now, while we start this off, I do want to give a shout out to the builders of this home, Onyx Development Partners, and to the listing agent, Shailene Smith at Kuper Sotheby's International. I appreciate Shailene allowing me to put this beautiful home on my channel, and that beauty starts right here in the kitchen with 2 kitchen islands. And I love this first kitchen island with the waterfall countertop. The dark veins running through it provide such a great contrast. And I know you're going to be catching a view off the windows in the back, and even though I'm very excited for you to see those views in detail, I'm just as excited to show you all the great design work that's in this home. And that continues here in the kitchen, where the lower cabinets are dark, the upper cabinets are light. They extended the countertop into the backsplash that goes up to this thermidor vent hood. You also have a pot filler that has some gold touches in it. And that's the color pattern that I love in this kitchen. Notice that there are just some small touches of gold. You see it here on the kitchen faucet. You see it in the inside of the rim of the pendant lights above both kitchen islands. And then you have lots of black and white tones throughout this kitchen. It's on the countertops, the backsplash, the sink. And then you have this butcher block countertop on the second kitchen island that warms up the space. And I think this kitchen just has such a great, unique aesthetic to it. I absolutely love it. And if you're loving it too, then this is probably a good time to tell you that this home is for sale at just over $5.9 million. The exact amount that it's currently listed at is $5.945 million. Now, at this point, we would usually take a look at the pantry, but this home is so unique. You don't have a pantry here. This is a catering kitchen. And that's right, this is a second kitchen that has its own oven, its own sink, even has a dishwasher, a second refrigerator. And this is perfect for if you have a chef coming over cooking for you. It's nice to just hang out in the kitchen area and the cooking is done elsewhere. I've also had people tell me for livability, they put in a kitchenette in their home because when they cook a lot of fish, they don't want that smell going throughout the home, or really just cooking anything that smells quite a bit. It's nice then to just have that second kitchen area. What's also nice is just exiting your catering kitchen. You get a view right off of the windows there, also bringing in a lot of natural light into this kitchen. Now we're gonna head outside soon. I'm really excited to show you that backyard pool that definitely has a couple surprises. But what's funny is on the inside of the home, there are also some surprises like this. Here we have a glass encased wine room. So you have the wine fridge in the middle. They continued the same theme of darker cabinets on the bottom, lighter cabinets on the top, that same butcher block countertop that you saw previously in the kitchen. And then this glass encased wine room looks out to the dining room. Now that dining room is next to the front door, so we'll definitely come back to that area. As you'll see, there are also some rooms back here that we'll get back to. What I want to do next is cover the main living areas, and then we'll head outside, and I can't wait for you to see the view and all the different things that are in this backyard. What looks out to this backyard is going to be this breakfast nook area that's massive, so you could definitely fit a good size dining table here. And I think the windows that you're seeing here on the back wall open up the space so much. So if you can imagine sitting down at this dining table, you're either going to have a view into the backyard all the way out to that hillside and the greenery back there, or you're going to have a view of the beautiful kitchen that we just walked through that feels so open because of the ceiling height and because of all the windows that are behind me. Now we're going to take a quick look at the living room, and then we're going to head outside And what I love about this living room is the color coordination that I talked about in the kitchen with that white and black look is here in the fireplace. And then these sliding glass doors that go all the way down just open up the space so much. It's why when you first walk in through the front door, your eyes just go right out through the sliding glass doors to the hillside in the back. And it just creates this curiosity so that when you first walk in and you catch a glimpse of that view, you just have to go outside and check it out for yourself. And that's exactly what we're gonna do next. Take a look at this massive backyard patio that also has a fireplace, has a couple fans, has a great ceiling design, and this is where I think the builder hit it out of the park. They not only built this huge patio area, but they gave the pool area its own separate spot. So we're gonna have to go down a few steps to get to that pool area where we have a hot tub, we have a sunken seating area, we have a grill with some countertops under some great shade, and there is just so much to see in this backyard. So I'm gonna head down there, and while I do, I did want to mention that we are just outside of Austin, Texas. So we're in a suburb called Jonestown, and Jonestown and another neighboring suburb, Lago Vista, I would just lump those two suburbs together because they both have the hills that are west of Austin. They also have the Colorado River running through them. And so you get this great combination of beauty from the hills, great greenery, lots of hiking opportunities, but then you also get outdoor activities like boating and fishing, and there's just so many things to do. And that's why I love coming out to this area and featuring homes like this, because there are not only so many things to do outside the house, just in your own property line. Take a look at the grill and hangout area that they have here. Like, just imagine entertaining a lot of family and friends, and you got the Colorado River in the back, you have all this great greenery behind you, and then they built out this bar top area so that people can just hang out here, enjoy some food, and then go right back into the pool. And this is what I love about this home. It really takes advantage of the views, but is an entertainer's dream. You even have a private balcony up there that's gonna be a workout area, or at least that's what I'm calling it. There's another private balcony on the opposite side of the home that's off of the primary bedroom, and we're gonna get to all of these things. But first, I wanna show you this sunken seating area, and also that stairwell that goes down to a gate is so that you can get to the back of your property line. And according to the listing agent, at normal lake levels, the water kisses the property line in the back. Right now, water levels are very low because we haven't gotten much rain. But if you want pictures of what normal lake levels look like and the water behind this home, I'll post something in the description of this video. Somebody just remind me if you don't see it. But what I want to really show you is this sunken seating area, and I'm going to take a seat just to give you the full experience. I love this fire pit that they have here. If you can imagine just roasting marshmallows on a fire late at night, or if you're experiencing this pool during the day and you just want to jump out, grab some food, hang out with friends, what a cool, unique way to just hang out by your pool, or off your shoulder you got the beautiful home that we're going to get back into. I'm going to show you more of that home, and then off your other shoulder is that great greenery, the hillside, and the Colorado River. Absolutely incredible. And these are the unique touches that I love seeing from builders, because it's so easy to just throw any pool back here and don't add anything fun. But I think they added some great touches in this backyard, and that continues here with the hot tub. Now, I love the location of this hot tub. It's just positioned a little bit higher than the pool, so you can take advantage of the view a little bit more. I love the design work they did here, where they use this tile that has multiple shades of blue. And what's funny is I noticed when I got close to this hot tub, it has a waterfall edge, so the water's going over it. I know it looks very obvious from this angle, but it was easy for me to miss for the first time I went through the home, because when I got out here, I was so struck by the view and the hillside and all the great elements that they have here in the backyard. I never even got up close, but I realized as I circled around this hot tub, it has a waterfall edge, which is such a great element, both for the look of it, but also just the noise. It provides this very cool ambient noise that's relaxing, hearing that water hit the sides on the exterior of that hot tub. Okay, as you can tell, I could spend a lot of time back here because I think this is a dream builder backyard. I do want to hear from you in the comments by the end of this video what your favorite part of this home was. For me right now, this backyard has got to be it. It's such an amazing element on a custom home with a view that I think you could just spend a lot of time back here just enjoying it yourself, but also entertaining, having parties, and having a lot of fun. Okay, moving on, we are gonna head over to the primary bedroom and bathroom. Again, the primary bedroom does have its own private balcony, which I think has even a better view than what we saw on the patio. While we head over there, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, I am a realtor here in Austin, Texas, but you shouldn't always work with me, and I'll talk more about that later. As you'll see with a lot of my walkthroughs, I don't try to feature myself. This isn't about me. This is about you. I want you to see what's possible here in the Central Texas area, because I was surprised when I first saw Austin myself. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I grew up in hills and beauty. I didn't realize that as a young child, but as I grew up and I experienced other areas, I realized that there aren't, topography and beautiful hills and greenery everywhere, but it's here in Austin and its surrounding suburbs. So I want you to experience it to its fullest. And that experience continues right here in the primary bedroom. I love the tray ceiling they have in here with the beams running through it. They have this fireplace with this very cool tile running all the way up to the ceiling. You gotta take a closer look at this tile. I think sometimes my videos don't show the tile work glistening like you see it, like it captures your eye, but it definitely did that for me. Like, let me go even closer. It's got some gold outline to it, which I think is such a cool element because you see those subtle gold touches throughout the home, and I think the builder really designed this home well. And then structurally speaking, the flow is incredible. Like, imagine having your bed here, you wake up, you pull the curtains to the sides, and that's your view right off your windows and your balcony door. And then you open your balcony up and this is your view. Incredible. And this is with the water levels very, very low. Like, imagine the water flowing through back there. In fact, when we get to the second floor balcony, which you got a glimpse of there, you'll see that boat dock through the trees there, that's a boat dock. It's a boat dock in the middle of just a bunch of mud right now. And so what I'm saying is, I think this view can possibly get even better and better. And look, if you like the idea of being in a new home with a great view, but maybe you can't spend on a home like this, over 7,300 square feet and listed for under $6 million, well, keep in mind, there are plenty of price points out here. It's not all just huge custom homes that are in the millions. I've had people buy it in a community like this, which is called the Hollows, for under $1 million for mid 3,000s, high 3,000s for square footage that backed up to a green bell or backed up to like somewhat of a view in their game room on the second floor. So there are lots of opportunities around here. And while we're in the two primary closets, which has fantastic built-ins, I want to cover that a little bit more in detail. So the community that we're in is called the Hollows, and the Hollows is split in these two suburbs that I talked about previously in Lago Vista as well as Jonestown, Texas. And the great part about the Hollows is the amenities. So they have this beach club, which is a restaurant and its own private resort style amenity center that has 3 pools, grills, a fitness center, a covered pavilion with a fireplace. It has so much just in that one area. And then the Hollows built out a second amenity center called the Trailhead Club. Now, this opened in 2022 with incredible views off of a pool area. It had pickleball and basketball, and just like the name states, Trailhead Club, it's the start of a trail that goes through the community. And when I had a couple clients move in right down the street from that amenity center, and I followed up with them months after they started living in this community, I said, how are things going? What do you like? They said they love the amenities that are here. Even just walking around the community is breathtaking, and they just love the experience of being here. And that's what I find a lot of people say when they come to communities like this. Moving on, we are in the primary bathroom. I love all the different upgrades they put into this primary bathroom, like the chandelier above the freestanding tub. They have great tile work behind that freestanding tub. Even the floor tile is this incredible pattern that just lights up the room and continues that great black and white theme that they have throughout the home. I also like this countertop they use where they have a third area for seating over there and getting ready. And they ran that same countertop as the backsplash behind that freestanding tub. And then behind that freestanding tub is the walk-in shower, which is massive. I like how they continued the floor tile throughout this primary shower. You have this long bench seat, and then you have 2 shower heads in here. And what I like about this is when we look back out into the bathroom, everything still opens up here. You still have a good amount of natural light coming in on the sides of this walk-in shower. and then there's tile everywhere. So I'm just gonna take a seat here because I want to give you this full experience. I said 2 shower heads, actually 3. There is a handheld shower. And then I keep coming back to these subtle touches of gold throughout the home. It's right here in the primary shower as well. So this is what we call Schluter. So instead of having exposed tile, you can get Schluter done. I like that they did a gold touch there. Even the hardware on the frameless glass has that same golden touch. And then the frame of the mirrors, which we'll see in a second, also have some touches of gold. So I love the design work that they've done in here. I think it continues with the theme throughout the home, whereas instead of every room being so unique from each other, it's so different, there's a theme, but it still has that uniqueness that I think people are looking for to allow the primary bathroom to stand out from some of the other bathrooms. And you'll definitely see some differences here between the bathrooms as well as the different design upgrades that they put throughout the home. Now, of course, in this type of home, you have to have in-suite laundry, right? So they have a separate area for a washer and dryer to be on top of each other. And then this is just a separate closet area. So we already had 2 primary closets with built-ins. Now you have in-suite laundry. There is a separate utility room that we're gonna see later on the video that is huge. It even has a pet spa. So if you love dogs or you have any pets, that's definitely a dream builder over there. And it was a dream builder for me. I've been trying to convince my wife that we should get a dog to join our family. And when I saw this pet spa, it definitely built that dream. Okay, moving on, we're gonna cover the rest of this side of the home, and then we'll get to the workout area that also has a view off the back right of the home. So right now we're in the front left of the home, and this room is what I'm calling a study, just because there's no in-suite full bathroom. So I'm assuming that somebody would probably use this as like an area to work from home, or if you just need to get work done and need a private area to do that in. I think this is a great area, especially for privacy, because there's not a whole lot around this study other than the primary bedroom and bathroom that we just saw. Now there is a half bathroom that is right around the corner here in the mudroom area, so you got close access to that, but I meant in-suite full bathroom, and usually the bedrooms are reserved for those in-suite full bathrooms for obvious reasons. Now on this side we have a big mud bench. I like how they broke out the tile and made this its own area. And then in this powder bathroom, they went all in on wallpaper, just providing a unique design element in this powder bath. And I think you can do really fun things like pendant lights hanging down from a powder bathroom, wallpaper, really fun floor tiles. And I have so many people building new homes. I love going to the design studio and seeing them pick something fun in their powder bath. In a small space like that, you can get away with anything that you want in most cases. Now we're right off of one of the garage spaces. So we have a 4-car garage. It is separated with 2 side entrance, 2-car garages each. I think that made sense, right? So this is the 2-car garage. We'll see another one later on in the video. I like the built-in cabinets that they have in here. They really thought through everything. Even if you look at the electrical, like prior to this, when we saw the study, they had electrical up on the wall, positioned if you want to hang a TV or something like that. We'll see a library upstairs, so there's even like a second loft study area that we'll see. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do in this home. And when I say they thought through everything, they even thought through storage. So if you recall, we've already seen a pantry before. We've seen an enclosed wine room. They have storage here. They had storage in the primary bedroom outside the 2 closets. So these are the things that most people don't think about, right? It's easy to walk through a home and just fall in love with the views and the upgrades and fall in love with it emotionally, but you have to think about the practical elements of a home, and I think that's the livability factor, right? Because I've had people where they fall in love with a great view, they live in the home, but then there's so many different things that they complain about because it wasn't made for livability. And I love seeing when builders think about somebody living in this home, how would they enjoy it, and they continue to design around that livability factor. And I think this builder definitely did that in this home. Now that continues here in the 2nd bedroom downstairs. Now this 2nd bedroom does have an in-suite full bathroom. We're gonna see a separate workout area after this that has a private balcony. At least I'm calling it a workout area with this home empty. Obviously, I like seeing it in this position because you can be very creative with how you live in this space. But this one does have an in-suite full bathroom, so I think it's great if you have somebody staying with you long term, they need a walk-in shower. Could be somebody like parents or somebody elderly you don't want going up and down the steps. And I gotta tell you, I think they'd really enjoy a bathroom like this. Take a look at the design element here. You have this floor tile that runs all the way into the shower, goes all the way up to the wall, and then you just have this white tile on either side. I love the outline of this shampoo niche that they did the black touch, which is that same accent tile on the floor that goes all the way up to the wall. And they continued that black and white theme with the vanity that's here. Now I'm gonna give you a second look at this. This is a very simple, solid black tile, but they did a white grout. And that grout around the tile provides this very cool design element outline, which I think works so well in this bathroom. In fact, this is why I do chapters in the description of every one of my videos. It's because when I have clients that go to the design studio, I can just click on the video and click on the exact area that I know that design element is, and then show them things that can inspire them. I think that same inspiration continues here in the utility room, where they have a light fixture which coordinates with the color combination they have here. I love the white hex that has some black lines on it and the floor tile. This is the pet spa that I was referring to earlier. Very cool tile work that was done in here as well. And this is what I love about custom homes like this, where each part of the home just continues to surprise you, where you have this island in the middle of this utility room, dark cabinets, light countertops, tile everywhere. You have an area for a washer and dryer right here, and then you even have an exterior door to go to the side of your home. And what I like about this is if we were to go all the way around the home there to the edge, you would be right at the pool. So if your dog's in your pool and he's dirty or he was in the backyard for some reason, he can just come back here and go right into the pet spa. Or if you want to just throw all your clothes in your laundry, you can just walk around your home instead of going through it and just throw everything in the utility room. So really good design elements, but again, great structural flow from the custom home builder. Now, we just saw a Mudbench, and that's because we have the second 2-car garage, another side entrance garage. Really provides a very cool elevation on the exterior when you're approaching this home. And by the way, towards the end of the video, I will take my drone up into the air above this home and show you around this area. So definitely stay tuned for that. What we're gonna head to next is going to be a room that has a lot of flexibility, because I think there's a lot of different uses you could have for this next room, because it's in the back right of the home, has its own private balcony, even has a separate sitting area with a half bathroom. So it's gonna be in this direction right off of the second kitchen area. And I'm calling it a fitness area or a study or both. And what I mean by both is, I know I showed you another room prior to this that could be your study, but if you want a view in your study, maybe you're somebody who works from home a lot, then I think this could be a great area to do it. Because sometimes for a lot of people, especially if you're indoors like me, I do a lot of these videos and I'm constantly Zooming with clients. A lot of my clients call me, they're out of state, so I'm constantly meeting with them virtually. And I thought this was such a dream builder. Imagine just being in your study and then being able to walk out to your private balcony and just take a phone call, or just, take a breather from work, right? Like sometimes just a 5-minute break is so re-energizing, especially when you can go out to a balcony like this and enjoy a view. Now, you can also enjoy the design elements in here, like this tongue and groove ceiling design on the patio. Most people don't realize that can get fairly pricey. I just had a buyer contract a few weeks ago. They designed their home from scratch. I think we're paying around $6,000 to do that on the front porch and the back porch. And then what I was just showing you there, that utility room that had that exterior patio door, there was a walkway that led around to the side of the home, and then you would just circle around the condensing units that are enclosed to get to that same exterior door that was in the utility room. Now, I mentioned earlier that you could do a study and a fitness center, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. So they have this separate room that does have an Insuite half bathroom. So I felt like with the amount of windows that were in here, this could be great for a workout area. It's private from the other areas in the home. So if you're slinging around weights or you're on a treadmill or something that's a little bit loud, it's nice to do that on a first floor, because if you do it on a second floor, sometimes that reverberates throughout the home. And then also working on your garage can get very hot, especially here in the summer. So I think having this separate area makes a lot of sense. And I think the design continues to hit in this home. Take a look at this black hex tile that they ran all the way up to the ceiling. What a cool design to have in here. It just makes that space feel unique, but again, it continues with that theme that they have throughout this home. Okay, moving on, we have one more room to see on the first floor, which is the dining room, and then I can't wait for you to see the second floor balcony upstairs. There's this huge media room up there. There's still so much to see, even just on the second floor. Now, while we're heading over to the dining room, one thing I want to mention about the community that we're in, which is called the Hollows, is you have a mixture of production home builders and custom home builders. And what I mean by that is this is obviously a custom home, meaning you have a lot more in options. You can do a big sliding glass door off your living room. You can do a cool accent wall like this. You have numerous light fixtures that you can pick from, and you can usually take down walls, do a class enclosed wine room, and get very creative with your home, because you can hire an architect, you can buy your own lot, and then you can quote from different custom home builders to build on that lot. A production home builder is a little bit different. When you start building with a production home builder, they usually still own the land. You're just buying the right for that production home builder to build on that plot of land, and then you don't own it until you actually close on the home, and basically the home is finished and you have keys to that home, you can walk right into it. Now, production home builders tend to be more cost effective, and the simple reason why is they have floor plans that they've built time and time again. They know those floor plans inside and out. They have different options in those plans, but you can't really deviate beyond those options or the floor plan. Like, you can't do this really cool ceiling design when you first walk in through the front door and put huge sliding glass doors on your back wall. There's different things that you just can't do unless you're offering it. And that's the biggest difference between production home builders and custom home builders. But that's why I love this community, is you can do both. You can get a great production home builder to build you a home, and then you can also tour custom homes like this that have a floating stairwell with windows that look right off the front of the home. Incredible. And I have to say, so many people call me and they think that I've seen everything, because I've represented buyers with 19 different builders over the years. I've done a ton of new construction, but there are still homes that even surprise me. Like, take a look at the windows off the stairwell here that look out to the mature trees in the front yard, and that just blew me away. In fact, as soon as you walk in the front door, you notice it's open to the second story in the stairwell, and those windows bringing so much natural light. I don't even think I showed you that when I first walked in, because there's just so much to see here. And I think my point I'm making is you have to experience these homes in person for yourself, because this view in my video looks great, but when you see it in person and you see the view, you see the stairwell, you see all the different design elements, all of it combined is incredible. And that's why I showed you these videos, because I just want to give you a taste of what's out there, but you definitely have to experience it yourself, because when I experience it, even after walking hundreds and hundreds of homes, it still blows me away to walk something like this. Now, this was that loft library area I was telling you about. It has this very cool window that looks down to the front entrance, and it also looks out to the stairwell. I think you could just put some seating here, grab a book off the shelf, and just read and relax. And anytime you want to get outside and catch a view, you have those sliding glass doors that open up to the best view that's in this home. Now, there is another kitchen area off of this game room, and this game room itself is very spacious. There's even a huge media room that we'll get to next, but I think I've been talking about it often in this video. There's this beautiful second floor balcony that has the best view in the home, and so that's what we need to head to next. Now, as we head outside, you probably watched this far because you're either interested in this home or you're just watching for entertainment. And if you're in the latter group, just watching for entertainment, you might be thinking to yourself, well, these views are great, but list price just under $6 million is just not attainable for me, or really attainable for most people. But I'm here to tell you, homes like this are more accessible now more than ever to everyone. And the reason why is there are many companies now doing fractional ownership of these homes. Now, I'm not talking about timeshares or renting. I'm talking about actual ownership of these types of homes. So if you're looking for a second home getaway with a beautiful view, something that you can just enjoy for 1 to 3 months out of the year, there are companies that allow you to buy a share of a home so that you don't have to figure out short-term rentals or all the regulations that are preventing short-term rentals when you're not using the home. You don't have to manage the home. You don't have to worry about it. You have a company that takes care of that for you, and you have actual ownership of that home that you can enjoy throughout the year, or again, as just a second home getaway where you just own a 1/8 share or like a quarter share of that home. Now, if you want more details on that and you also want to see homes like this that have fractional share ownership, there's a link in the description of this video right next to want a 1/8 share in a home like this. Click on that link and you'll see numerous homes that you can get a 1/8 share for as low as $400,000 all the way up to $2 million. Okay, moving on, I mentioned earlier that there is a great media room. What's funny about this media room, it also has an amazing view off the back wall here, which with the dark walls, it's very difficult for my camera to expose this room properly. But you have great lighting, and what's not shown here, inside the tray ceiling, they have lighting where you can do multiple color schemes in the tray of this media room ceiling. Now, what caught my attention here is definitely going to be the carpet. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Let me know what your thoughts are on this carpet. I also want to mention those white rectangles in front of us are speakers in this media room, and then the white circles in the ceiling are also speakers. You have a great surround sound to allow for a fantastic theater experience in this media room. And that's why I think they painted the walls dark. For most people, they're enjoying their media rooms late at night when they want to wind down, they want to feel calm, and I think darkening the walls is fantastic. It also provides that great movie experience that I think, great theater experience for movies that I think a lot of people are looking for. Now, like I mentioned, we also have a fantastic view because this media room looks out to the backyard. I think for a lot of people, if you're thinking about doing like a projector in this room, they always say they don't want windows, but here's the thing, you could just put blackout curtains over these windows. What you can't do is put windows after the fact. It's very expensive to do that. You're also carving into the exterior of your home, which is not ideal, but I think having windows in there makes sense because again, blackout curtains for the theater experience, but if you don't need that theater experience, it's important to get that view in every way possible in a lot of these rooms, especially when you have that $1 million view off your backyard. Okay, moving on, we have another bar area where they have a microwave built in. You have a wet bar, so a sink, a wine fridge. I like how they fit a window in here to take advantage of that view that's off your backyard through that second floor balcony. And then they have a bar area here that's great for entertaining. If you have people over, experiencing that second floor balcony and getting inside into this game room, it's so great to just have an area to just wash up or grab drinks or food. Now, I missed the under cabinet lights that were here. Sorry, I didn't put those on. I just had to show you these are well thought out. I mean, they're great design items like the backsplash, but I really think the under cabinet lights make a big difference. So I had to turn those on and show you. And then this is going to be the third half bathroom in this home. So they do that same tile design going all the way up to the ceiling, but obviously a different tile from what we've seen previously. And then we do have some storage in this area. Now, I think this storage is really important. For a lot of people, they ask, do they get storage in the attic space? And the answer is you might get access to your HVAC unit up there to be able to change your filter. But keep in mind, if you store materials in that access way, that could block you from getting to your HVAC unit, which is obviously not ideal. And what most people don't think about is your attic gets very hot, especially here in Texas. So things that you didn't think could melt can actually melt up there. And that's why having storage in a heated and vented area is important, like what we just saw there. So definitely keep that in mind when looking at storage on the second floor or your attic. Now on this side, we have a couple bedrooms and we have 3 bedrooms upstairs. For this bedroom, I love the windows that look off the front of the home to those mature trees that we saw previously. And then each of these bedrooms has its own Insuite full bathrooms. So like I mentioned earlier, we have 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms throughout the home, with 3 of the bedrooms upstairs. Now, while we go through the rest of these bedrooms, one thing I wanted to clarify that I said earlier is that you shouldn't always work with me as a realtor. I say that often in a lot of my videos because I try to tell people that when looking at real estate, they should be working with somebody who knows their criteria inside and out, can provide them the best options, can explain pros and cons of those options. And to be able to do that, you need to be very focused on a set criteria that clients have. So my focus tends to be a lot more new construction and newer types of homes in certain parts around the Austin metro. And when people call me and they give me criteria that matches with what I provide a lot of value in, I tell them my past experience. I tend to know a lot of their options already off the top of my head because chances are I've already toured them before. I know their criteria inside and out, and I can provide them the most value. Now, with that being said, there are many times when people reach out to me and their criteria just doesn't match up with what I've done in the past. And when I speak with them, what I do is I connect them with a great realtor who does have past experience with their criteria. In other words, if you reach out to me, I'll be straightforward and honest with you on who I think is best. Sometimes that's me, sometimes that's another realtor, and I've done that throughout the country where I've never actually done a listing myself because I always try to find a listing agent in your area who's doing a great deal of volume, because chances are they already have marketing channels set up that you can tap into and market your property to be able to sell it at top dollar. I'm gonna give an example of that. I referred my own cousin who moved to Austin and sold their home in Austin to move to a forever home, and they lived 7 minutes away from me. And I still referred them to another agent because there's an agent that dominates their neighborhood. At any given point, they have about 5 to 10 listings monthly just in that one neighborhood. Nobody's gonna sell my cousin's home for more money than that listing agent. And so I was happy to connect my cousin with that listing agent, even though it puts less money in my pocket. It's not about that. It's about putting the most money in their pocket and providing them the most value. It also gives me time to focus in on what I'm very good at. So what I'll keep coming back to is reach out to me. My info is in the description of this video, and I will definitely take care of you based on what your needs are. Now I got to come back to it one more time because this is actually a problem that I kept coming back to, where people are so attracted to buy their second home in Austin. Maybe they have to live in another area for their job, but they want a getaway to Austin. And so they look at a lot of second homes in Austin. And the problem with second home ownership is, what do you do with the time that you're not in the home? Well, what you end up trying to do is you try to do like a short-term rental. And the tough part about short-term rentals right now is the regulations continue to trend in the direction of preventing short-term rentals. So with that in mind, a lot of buyers are scared of buying a second home, or they have a second home right now and they're terrified of what they're going to do for the 9 or 10 months that they're not staying in the home. And that's why I found these companies that do the fractional share ownership, so you don't have to worry about furnishing your home, you don't have to worry about vacancy, you don't have to worry about what will people do when they do rent it out on a short-term rental, and you don't have to worry about regulations on short-term rentals. And so that's just another problem that I tried to solve by just putting people's needs first and trying to give them as much value as possible. So again, check out that link in the description of this video that's next to want a 1/8 share of a home like this, and that will show you homes similar to this all across the world that you can get fractional ownership in. Now, before I let you go, I have to give you a different look at the views that are possible right here. Now, earlier in the video, we talked about the community that we're in called the Hollows and the amenities that were here. One thing that I didn't mention is you are a golf cart ride away to a boat slip and a deep water floating marina. So that boat slip is close by, the beach club is close by, the other amenity center, the trailhead club, that's about around like a 5-minute drive away. And that's because that's at the front entrance of the neighborhood. So we're pretty far back from that front entrance. We are behind a double gate. So there's 2 different gates to get back to this section. And this section is called the Peninsula at the Hollows. So this is a big community. There's lots of different sections, as you can tell. And what you're seeing in front of us are just these rolling hills throughout those suburbs that I mentioned earlier. Jonestown, Lago Vista, you even have Leander and Cedar Park close by. and those neighboring suburbs are very fast growing with lots of developments happening. So for a lot of people looking at a map, we're around 36 miles from this home to downtown Austin, and a lot of people look at that and say, oh, you're so far out from everything, but they don't understand how Austin's growing. We are rapidly growing along that north and northwest corridor of Austin. And if you want more details on that, you want to know where Apple's building their second headquarters and where 2 children's hospitals are building brand new hospitals on the outskirts of Austin, reach out to me. Again, my information's in the description of this video. And then one more time, I want to give a shout out to Shailene Smith. She's the listing agent for this home that we just walked through. She's with Kuper Sotheby's International. Really appreciate Shailene and Onyx Development Partners for allowing me to feature this amazing home on my channel. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite part of the home that we just saw? And then if you want to see another walkthrough of a home that has amazing views off the backyard that's 10 minutes away from this community, click on the thumbnail that just appeared on your screen. And I'm very confident if you like this home, you'll definitely like that one as well. As always, hope this helps. Take care, everyone.